How's it going, everybody? Brett Mix here for Macho Wrestling 101. Please hit like and subscribe if you like my videos. I do history of wrestling videos every day, plus I stay up to date with today's Raw, SmackDown, pay-per-views. So if you subscribe, it would really be a benefit to me and help my channel that I'm trying to grow. Today we're doing night 1 of WrestleMania 39. This is the last of it, obviously, in the anthology, as WrestleMania 40 hasn't happened yet. So I've done 1 to 38, and I'm going to do part 1 as a new kind of thing. I'll do a separate review for night 1 and night 2 from now on. The Mania started doing that at WrestleMania 36, I believe, when the pandemic was there. But it worked for them, so I think it'd work for the review too. It's just night 1 on this one, and then night 2 in the next one. So it's the last event, but the second last video in the WrestleMania anthology. And what's after that, we'll figure that out when it comes. I just want to say thanks for watching the whole way through. All right. The Miz and Snoop Dogg come out, and they're the guest hosts of WrestleMania night 1 and night 2, but we'll get to that later. The first match was John Cena and Austin Theory for the United States Championship. They had the Make-A-Wish kids come out for Cena's entrance, and he got a great ovation. Austin Theory, obviously, trying to build future stars here. The WWE is. This was a decent match. It worked just like a normal match, opening match should. You wanted the high spots. You wanted the crowd to really care about either the person that was in the ring first or somebody with the finish. You have to make something interesting in that first match, and I really felt that the opener did that. In the end, Theory won with a low blow that the ref didn't see. He won at 11:20 after the A-Town got Cena down. I rate this 2.5 stars as Austin Theory kept the U.S. title away from John Cena. That was a pretty good opener, good action, and that would continue in the next match because we had tag team action, which is usually what they do to start WrestleManias with the tag action, but this one is a little bit different. They had the tag match to go second. Braun Strowman and Ricochet versus the Viking Raiders versus Alpha Academy versus the Street Profits. So, like, frantic action a lot in this one. The match went all over the place. It was pretty chaotic, but there was freaking action. No matter what happened, in the ring, the action was going on because there was enough people on the apron, so there was no need for rest holds or anything like that. Four-headed frog splash on Ricochet's back while Dawkins held Ricochet down. Dawkins pinned Ricochet for the win at 8:35. The Street Profits win this match. I give 3.5 stars. Actually impressed more than I thought it would. So yeah, I gave this match 3.5 stars. It went almost 10 minutes long. I felt the timing was perfect. Next up, we have Seth freaking Rollins versus Logan Paul, who continues to impress. This match was excellent. I loved the pacing of it. I loved everything about the entrances. Logan Paul coming in the hook line. I like that. I like Rollins and his orchestra. I liked the high spots. I just liked how they paced this match. They didn't make it slow in the beginning, but it felt like everything that happened was leading to something bigger. And in this match, I felt that that's how exactly it played off. Obviously, well, maybe not obviously, but Seth Rollins won. He hit him with the super kick after a couple of stomps, but then he got the final stomp in, and that was a 3 count at 16-15 to beat Logan Paul. This is a classic as far as I'm concerned at WrestleMania. I rate it 4 stars and a quarter. Yeah, it was that good. I thought the climax was better than expected because usually they put climaxes in the middle of a match when they want to make it great. I've repeated that phrase a lot in my reviews. Basically, they didn't do that. They did do that here, but they added substance. It wasn't just a kick-out spot, or a kick-out fest at the end. They didn't just have tons of finishing spots with a kick-out fest. No, they did it in a way where they had substance in between the near falls and the climax, if that makes any sense. I know what I'm saying, but I don't know if it is resonating with what anybody else is hearing, but it makes sense to me. So I gave that match 4 stars and a quarter. Up next, we have the Divas tag. It's Becky Lynch, Lita, and Trish versus Damage Control, Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai. What was there to say? Lita, Trish, and Becky Lynch all did great in this match. I was impressed by Lita. She had some innovative offense even in this match. Even at her time when she's been gone and retired, she's still finding ways to innovate in the offense. Trish Stratus looked like she hasn't missed a beat. Becky Lynch, you could tell this was probably a big dream for her to tag team up with Trish and Lita at WrestleMania. She brought her A game too. Bayley was the workhorse on the other side, even though Io Sky had those big moments as well. I give this match 3 stars. It could have been higher. I could have given it higher actually. It's a high 3-star match. Lita, Becky Lynch, and Trish were the winners, of course. Lynch hit a manhandle slam on Bayley for the win at 14:40. So that match got about a couple minutes less than the Logan Paul Seth Rollins match, but these matches just fly by. So another good match here for this WrestleMania Night 1. 3 stars for the ladies. Next up, we had Dominic versus Rey Mysterio, and I love the entrances here. Rey with doing the Eddie Guerrero, coming out to Snoop Dogg's music, Nothing But a G thing, and then obviously Eddie Guerrero's theme, and then Rey Mysterio's theme, and then also with Dominic coming out from jail, coming out of his cell into the police truck, out with handcuffs and everything with the police guards. That was interesting. I wasn't watching Raw around this time, so I'm not sure if he got arrested for something in the storyline, or if that's just the way they wanted to make him look cool. I don't know. Or a badass. I shouldn't say cool. Nobody's cool for getting arrested. I meant more of like a hard guy, like, because he's not the most alpha male in the world, so I think the WWE wanted to make him look more hard. So that's where I get the word cool from. Nothing cool about being arrested. But Dominic and Rey, they had a great match. You could just tell this is a match they probably worked on for years. And they got to hone their craft at WrestleMania on the biggest stage. I'm sure it meant a lot to both of them. I thought Dominic did a good job at playing the heel, imitating Eddie, doing the dirty tactics, yelling at his mom, yelling at his sister, spitting beer or whatever her drink is into her eyes. Getting slapped by the mom was good too. I think her name was Angie. I'm not sure if I missed that, if I mispronounced the name. Excuse me. For Ray's wife, who looks a lot older than him, by the way. That's not a knock either. It's just I would have thought she's his sister or something like that, but I guess there's no nice way of saying that, so I apologize, but it's just a random thought that came to my brain when I watched it. Nonetheless, Ray is a real good family man, and it was good to see that in the story, because that story is playing off real life, especially when family's involved. And Ray's obviously a great person in that respect. And that's why this story worked in this match. You could believe that Dominic is just a little shit brat child that is disrespectful and got everything handed to him, while Rey Mysterio was the guy that provided for his family. And Michael Cole tried to really sell that point too on commentary, and even Corey Graves had to start getting in there and going, I agree, Cole, I agree. I rate this match 3 stars and 3/4. I thought it was excellent. I thought, again, they had a lot of time to work on this, and I thought it did a great job. By the way, I just want to mention that Rey Mysterio's wife, she is not a bad-looking lady at all. I said she looked older than him, but I realized there's not a nice way to say that. But she's not a bad-looking lady at all. Anyways, not that matters too much, but I just want to correct what I said earlier, since I'm doing this in one take. Anyways, up next we have Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. This is something that could have main evented WrestleMania. They met a few years ago at WrestleMania, and this was when Charlotte was feuding for the NXT title, I believe. And this is when Ripley was not in Judgment Day. She was more of just a metal listening non-American powerhouse. I don't know how to explain her previous character, but she didn't get squashed by Charlotte, but she put on a great match with Charlotte. This is in front of no fans, I believe. I think it was WrestleMania 36 when they were in that performance center with no people. They put on a great match, and it's hard to do that with nobody there. So that was a classic. So I'd expect this one to be with the fans and with the new characters. Charlotte always tries to reinvent herself, even though she's the same woman. Whereas Rhea Ripley, she's reinvented herself, and the fans were digging Ripley. They were digging Ripley over Charlotte. It's just Charlotte, you can't tell she's not working as a face because the crowd goes woo every time her offense comes in. So the WWE thinks, oh, maybe she's over. Let's push her as a face. That's not the case, though. She's not over. If Rhea Ripley was to chop people in matches, the crowd would still go woo, and that's Rhea Ripley. Charlotte, I don't think the fans want to cheer her. I think you should just keep her as a heel, because you get some heat with the woos, but that's it. The fans start chanting for Rhea and she's a badass heel character. Maybe that's why, but at the same time, I also would like to think it's probably because they don't want to cheer Charlotte. That's just my opinion. So I don't see how she works as a face. I also don't see how after the match, her laughing and crying, she always does that as if somebody beat me. That's cute. I get a sick feeling in my stomach when I watch that. And she didn't sell the ending injury of the match either when she's laughing and crying on the outside. It just... Anyways, these two ladies, I shouldn't let these minor gripes override the fact that this was a classic match and both these ladies busted their ass. This was really Rhea Ripley's coming out party. And Charlotte did well. She did great with her high spots. The moonsault off the top. A couple of them. She landed some other unique moves. Rhea hit the top rope riptide after knocking her seemingly unconscious at the top ring post, and that's the spot where she didn't sell after when she's laughing and crying. But nonetheless, Rhea became the new champion, and this match got a lot of time to work, and they really paced it out well, just like the Logan Paul Seth Rollins match. Only I'm giving this a 4.5 stars. The finish came at 23-26 after a high riptide slam off the middle rope. Unbelievable match. Definitely one of the best women's matches ever. Ever. Not just at WrestleMania, ever. This in WWE history. In fact, this could be up there with the very best women's match in WWE history. I'm struggling to think maybe Bayley and Sasha, but that was... I'm not sure what the star rating for Bayley and Sasha was. I'll have to go look it up. But, no, this one definitely as far as WWE ladies matches. I know in Japan that there's different grades of wrestling for them, but this gets 4.5 stars for me. Right winner. And, good for Rhea Ripley. Nonetheless, let's move on. I say 4.5 stars for that. Next, we had Pat McAfee versus The Miz. This was just kind of there. It wasn't much to... Pat hit the running punt kick to the chest for the win at 3:40. Half a star, just because it was what it was. Miz and his comedy, I don't know if it lands all the time. So, this is just filler. Nonetheless, though, that's what WrestleMania has at times, just filler. Now, here we go, the main event now. Undisputed Tag Team Championship. The Usos, who had the titles since 2021, versus Owens and Zayn. Owens and Zayn had never been Tag Team Champions before, and the Usos had been defending the titles 622 days in a row. Usos wore their white shirts, said "We the Ones." You just fit when Sami Zayn's music hit. You just knew that this is like two childhood dreams coming true between Owens and Zayn when they walked down the ramp. They kind of hit each other like, "We're here, man. This is surreal." And Owens, when he gets the hot tag during this match or any other time got a tag at any point, because he was tagged in a few times where it felt like a hot tag, as Sami Zayn took a lot of the punishment in this match. But whenever Owens came in, he just fucking cannonball, bomb, moonsault. Like, he went nuts. This guy went full force, like 200% energy. Like, this guy was just gone. He wanted to make sure he main evented WrestleMania, and it actually, and I guess he main evented 2 years in a row, if we could count WrestleMania 38 with Austin. So, wow, it's interesting to think about. He's really earning his spot. I wasn't the biggest Kevin Owens fan. I'm not an idiot. I know the guy's had talent. And I know he has insane talent. So, but when I say I'm not a fan, I just mean I'm not a fan of the gimmick. I'm not a fan, the lack thereof. I'm not a fan of just somebody's name being their gimmick, like Kevin Owens. Like, what's his character? You know what I mean? That's why I say I don't like him. As a person, I like him. I respect him. And as a wrestler, he's got great talent. So, like, yeah, I'm not an idiot. But I just don't like... There's something about him I don't like. I don't know if it's the look or if it's just the lack of character. But he's actually pretty good on the microphone for a guy that doesn't have a character. And he's great in the ring for a guy that looks like he does. So, don't get... When I say I don't like him, don't get hung up on the reasons. There's just different reasons, but he came out to play in this match, and I respect him for that. I liked him in this match. He actually kind of won me over. I really actually kind of liking the guy now, because you could tell he really wanted the spot in the main event of WrestleMania. This match, my God, I always talk about putting climaxes in the middle. This match, they put the climax pretty much in the very beginning, and it just kept going and going and going, and not self-indulgent either. Like, it wasn't just to like be pompous and say, look at how awesome this match is, we're trying to put on is. No, the match was just fucking awesome as it kept going. It wasn't trying to be anything it wasn't. The match was just fucking great. And yeah, and everybody deserves props, all four of them. I thought Sami Zayn was the guy that took the most punishment, but Kevin Owens was probably the star of the match. Yeah, Owens and Zayn, they literally had the time of their lives. This is probably the best moment in their careers, for sure. It went 24-15 after Zayn covered Jey Uso after the hell of a kick, his third one. And we have new tag team champions. Dave Meltzer gave this match 5 stars. I've seen a lot of fans give it 5 stars. I'm not taking anything away from it. I'm not giving it 5 stars, but I'm giving it 4 stars and 3/4, which is as close as you can get to 5 stars. So 4 stars, 3/4 for this match. Almost went a half an hour, and it was just gravy. It was classic. Alright, so that's WrestleMania Night 1. Overall, I rate the night 8 out of 10. So we'll see what Night 2 is, and then I'll put the grades of Night 1 and Night 2 together at my WrestleMania Night 2 review. And that'll be the final grade for this last WrestleMania that I'm reviewing. Thanks for tuning in. Hit like and subscribe if you haven't, and if you like these reviews. And we'll see you for Night 2 of WrestleMania 39. I'm Brett Mix. I'm out.